Hey, this is a repairability attempt for Miss Garlaine Luc here in Atlanta. As you see here, the wind damaged shingle. I'm going to use some chalk to identify it so we can see it a little better on camera. You can see the crease at the top. I'll show you guys the tools I'll be using today. Is that all-in-one roof snake, it's a regular old framing hammer, and some roofing nails. So what I want to do is, you can see that all these shingles are still sealed all around, especially on at least one side. I'm gonna just carefully break the seal on the shingle above and recognize that this is a alright shingle, which means this is the 3-tab shingle. I'm just gonna go ahead and box out the area of repair so that we can see the shingles that have to be lifted in order to pull the nails out of this shingle so that we can replace it. You can see my new shingles over there on standby. You can see they're all still sealed. I just want as carefully as I can, just carefully use this tool like it's designed and slide it up under these shingles and break the seal. Before I get too much further, let's take a look at the condition of these shingles. They're all pretty decent condition, other than this one right here. You can see that fiberglass matting coming through from just being old. So other than just being old, these shingles are in relatively good condition, especially up near the top. They're all sealed very well, almost too well for me to get my tool up under here. All right, so this one ripped right here. I'm just gonna go carefully. This is gonna be a mess, so I'm just gonna try to work it up. The shingle is just so thin that that adhesive really just glues it down pretty quick. All right, and then we're gonna go loosen the shingle itself. All right. Just trying to be as careful as I can here. Now in this portion of the video, I'm just going to be pulling the nails out. Looking for nails. This is a huge red flag for any roofer right here. As you can see, these huge chunks right here are actually the shingle above it ripped to the one below it. All right, we're just going to be popping these. Yeah, this is really bad. These shingles are just getting torn up. You can see here that the shingles are so thin and the adhesive so strong. I'm just gonna be pulling these nails out, but these shingles are really thin. They're old, extremely brittle. I'm just gonna be, yeah, you can see under almost all of these where these shingles are just ripping. Like this right here is a portion of the shingle right above it. And that shingle's just ripped. That's pretty terrible. And it's not just on one or two; it's on all of them. Yeah, that just ripped right there. I'm trying to be as careful as I can. This one too. You can see the huge chunks of the shingles, and this one you can even see light through it right here where this had ripped to that. All right. And last two, well, just trying to be as careful as I can. So the shingles are just kind of falling apart. The more I mess with them, the worse they get. You can see all the way across this. I mean, this is really thick too. This is the shingle right above it ripped to it, which means that on this one right here, the shingle neighboring and the shingle below, so we're looking at multi-directional repairability issues, not just the ones directly on top, but also the ones to the side, directly underneath, directly above, to where these shingles are just ripping. Here's a really good example of the back of the shingle. As you can see, like this is so paper thin, I could just stick my finger through it. Because it's ripped off multiple layers from this adhesive being so strong and the shingle just being so weak. But you can just stick your finger through. I mean, you pick a spot and you can stick your finger through it. So I'll be putting that off to the side and kind of just cleaning up my work area here a little bit. But so far this is not looking good. Other thing we're looking at is up at the top of these shingles, how are they faring as far as brittleness goes? Not only are they paper thin and the adhesive is super strong, but you know, on each of these shingles, you can kind of start seeing a crease forming at the top from me just being gentle and lifting them so I can get the nails out. Let's see how it fares once I get the nails in. I would say the fact that they're ripping to one another, you know, so strongly bonded with the shingle itself being so strong, like so weak, I would say that's should be enough to be able to say, hey, if we rip out one of the shingles, the rest need to come with it. Yeah, much less multiple, especially like, you know, 30-40 shingles. I would say that, you know, we pull 30-40 shingles out here, you're dealing with an entire roof that's compromised at that point. I didn't go in straight at all. I'm gonna pull that out. So it looks like it bent. Put another one in. And finish that in. Everywhere I pull the nail out, I'll be putting the nail back in. You can kind of just see these shingles are just really falling apart pretty badly. And being as gentle as I can here, just enough to pull these shingles up to put the new nails in. Okay, and the last nail right here. So, a couple of things I want the adjuster to see is all of these shingles next to, below, and above are all compromised. You know, with the most obvious thing being these huge chunks that are left from, you know, these shingles being so thin and the adhesive being so strong, they just rip the shingles when you try to separate them. The other thing I want to point out is you can see pretty darn clearly on all of these up at the top where there's creasing from just that action of pulling the shingle up to pull the nail out, pulling the shingle up to put the nail in. So this is definitely not something that we can warranty. It would definitely leave the homeowner in a worse position. We would ask that the adjuster would review this video as this repair test has failed. Thank you for watching.